Greetings, bloggers, vloggers, and followers. Another great week here at Dustin's Dynasty. It's Wednesday. I know I'm a little late in my postings, and that's probably my fault because I really haven't been. I've been really been down and out, and like in sort of I guess what you would say is a fatigue of lockdown or fatigue of being home all the time. Um, I know I'm new to my new living situation here, and it's a very good situation that I am living in, and I like it a lot. I like being independent. It's just the fatigue I've been experiencing is through some of it on my own and not caring and not actually getting up and doing things, that sort of thing. But it's also, it's part of it is my fault and part of it isn't. But the part that is my fault, I am working on personally. But the part that isn't is part of what everybody is experiencing now, not just with autism, not just some with mental health, but it's more enhanced with people with autism and mental health than it is the general populace at this time. Uh, it's just because that we're tired of being told of what we cannot do, and that's it's very blunt. I know it's not what people want to hear, but we've been hammered restrictions for the past 9 months. It's coming on 9 months to tomorrow, and it's just hard. It's very hard. People are tired of some people haven't even left their home. I feel for our seniors who haven't had the opportunity to go to the senior center in 9 months. People that are even homeless aren't even getting the proper care that they need. I mean, there's just go list goes on and on, and even people who in many cases don't get to go to places that they normally would go. I know some individuals that are still not that weren't able to go back to the programs that I'm in, so it's a challenge. Um, it's a big challenge indeed. We're now in cases in my county here. We're in the mid 200s at least every day. So the cases are growing um, by the hundreds. We've had 10 deaths yesterday alone. So it's more apparent to be cognizant right now. And then hearing all the negativity on the news and through the media, it kind of tires you out, and so you don't want to deal with the world. And I get that. And so you just retire to your bedroom and you lay down and you just don't want to deal with anything. You don't want to deal with friends. You don't want to deal with the real world. It was kind of like me this week with the blog. I should have been more cognizant and been working on it more. And I wasn't. I just didn't care. And all I did was watch YouTube all weekend. And I think part of that is that it's okay to do that. A part of it is too that you need to be more cognizant of what your priorities in life are, and setting them up and making sure that deadlines are met and so on and so forth. But you need to you got to have a hobby right now. Everybody needs to have a hobby, and that's just I understand we're in this fatigue of being COVID, hearing COVID, wearing our mask, going out and keeping space in the stores. And even for me, going to the store is a challenge. For example, this week, like Monday, I believe it was, so it was a couple days ago. We had my mom had brought me my medicine that I needed, and she offered to take me to the dollar store to get some things I needed. I didn't want to go, but I went and I walked around and I had worked. I had went to the day program that day, so I had a lot of walking in, and I've gained some weight over the past couple months, and I don't really move around. I'm really stationary, and that's partly my fault too. But when by the time I had walked through the second store, we went to the Dollar Tree. I had some pain. Then we went to Walmart, and I really had some pain. So by the time we're getting to the Walmart, and that's our last store of the evening. Well, it was supposed to be. We went to the pharmacy after another pharmacy after. But when we went to the second store, went to the Walmart, and I was in pain. We had there was only a few checkouts open. We only had a couple things. I had to buy some gifts. So I'm standing there, and the cashier is the same cashier that's been there for 10 years. And God bless her, I like all the cashiers. Most of them are nice. But this one particularly likes to take her time, make sure she does everything right. And you can't blame her for that. So she's taking her time, and I'm getting frustrated because I have to stand and I am physically in pain for 10 minutes about, having to wait. And I only have a few things, and I know it'll be over soon, but I'm just in pain, and I'm so angry, and I'm tired of taking out the benches, and I'm just complaining, and I'm miserable about everything. They're small annoyances, and they bother me. But you know what? I got through it. That's the thing. You got to get through it, and I know it's hard. I've been getting groceries delivered, which is better. It's a better thing. It's a better nuance for me. It works good, and I'm learning how to work it more and more. So it's getting better. I'm now realizing I can buy paper products and food, and use my EBT for the food, and use the credit card for the other. So things are learning to grow here. They're learning to get better, and I'm glad about that. So yeah, it's been rough, but I realize I have to take care of myself, and I'll feel good. And part of that is keeping busy with your hobbies, things you enjoy doing. And I know I ask that question a lot. That's how I say it, because I ask that question a lot in my surveys for work. But it is, you have to keep busy, and if you don't keep busy, um, one of my van drivers always said, "A devil's mind is an idol's workshop." So you need to, idle mind is a devil's workshop. Sorry, let me correct that. But you just got to keep busy, guys. I know it's hard, and we're in a resurgence of a COVID season, and it's difficult out there. But hang in there, guys. All right, like, follow, subscribe, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Dustin's Dynasty.